Welcome to the culmination of the last couple of weeks. Who are the best religious apologists out there? Well, I think we can safely say that there are none. None at all. So now I've got a question for you. Who is your favorite and who is your least favorite religious apologist? Let's spend a couple of minutes talking about it. So, over the last couple of weeks, I've taken a look at a lot of Christian apologists trying to find any that might not qualify as low-hanging fruit, and as you know, I came up completely empty. All of them are terrible, just terrible, which I suspected would be the case, and this isn't just true of Christianity, but of all other religions as well. So we now know that none of them are really any good, but how many of them are really bad, and how does that apply to the channel? Well, let's play a game. Who's your favorite or least favorite apologist? Let's go take a look. See, there are tons and tons and tons and tons of apologists out there, or even just run-of-the-mill believers making videos on YouTube. And I've looked at a lot of them. Big names, small names, people you've never even heard of before and will never see again. Invariably, once I start looking at any specific religious apologist more than a couple of times, I will get a chorus of people going, "Oh no, not them again." Well, sorry, but I've got to take on somebody. For every Frank Turek out there, or every STR, or every Andy Bannister hater, I have to have somebody to go after. Otherwise, this channel's content is going to go to zero real quick. So my question is, who do you want to see? The fact is, the reason I keep going back to the well of stupidity of Frank Turek and STR and even William Lane Craig these days is because I know that they will be saying something consistently stupid. Now, I'm not doing it because they're dumb, although they are. I'm doing it because I want to have something interesting to address, and they at least do say things that are interesting. Not intelligent, but interesting. Every visit to their back catalog is a wealth of video material. I need someone to go after, and they just happen to be prime targets. It's why I say that they are the gifts that keep on giving. However, I know that they get old after a while, so I do a lot of searching through the bowels of YouTube, trying to find other theists who are saying dumb stuff. And remember, I'm not trying to look for dumb stuff, but that's how it all turns out. Mostly because, as we've just proven, they don't have anything intelligent to say. But that takes a lot of time. I will regularly search YouTube with terms like proof that God exists, or questions for atheists, or atheists are wrong, or something like that, and once filtering for things like age and video length, I'll come up with a long list of potential videos to do. And they all wind up on my extensive list of videos, which I just looked, and at the moment it's 635 videos long. And then I start in on the arduous task of seeing which of these videos are actually worthwhile. I estimate that 80% of the videos that I pull out as being potentially useful ultimately get deleted. Either they're not really that interesting once I watch them, they're trolling, and you'd be surprised just how many religious troll videos there are out there, or, get this, they're even too dumb for us to look at around here. The response videos that you eventually see were culled down from the ones that are too stupid to be bothered with, if you can believe it. What you see are the cream of the crop. If that's not the saddest thing I can imagine, I don't know what is. There are things that even I can't come up with an intelligent response to because they're so far out there that these people really need professional psychiatric help. If you think people like Steven Anderson are insane, you haven't seen anything yet. Some of these people can hardly string a dozen words together into a coherent sentence. That's how far gone they are. There's a lot of work that goes into finding people who are even remotely comprehensible. We're not going after the low-hanging fruit. We're just not willing to go quite that low. So, I wanted to ask what the viewership thought of the regular group of idiots that we see around here. Now, don't get me wrong, I get every bit as sick of them as you do. Frank Turek and his self-satisfied bullshit. William Lane Craig's unearned and unsufferable smugness. The faces that, as I've heard, people just want to punch. I agree with you, I really do. But we have to do someone, and I want to go after as wide a range of theological points as I can, hopefully somewhat educated and within spitting distance of intelligent points, but that's probably too much to ask for. Are there people that you never, ever, ever want to see again? Are there people that you want to see more of? I try to keep things reasonably balanced between the old guard and the young pups, and hopefully we'll find things that we don't see every day, but that's its own challenge. Do you have ideas for new apologists to go after? I occasionally stumble across someone, well, I won't say interesting, because I don't think any of these beliefs are actually interesting, but let's just say tolerable. Tolerable's a good word. We'll go with tolerable. At least I hope they're tolerable. And we'll take a look at those sometimes. And there are people who will send in suggestions for which I am very, very grateful, and I do go with those as much as I can if they meet the criteria. I want people to feel invested in the channel, and ideally, I'd love to see theists pop by and suggest things that they want me to take on, but let's be honest, they rarely ever do. Mostly, when they show up, it's just the religious strutting around defiantly, pretending that their beliefs are at all remotely valid, and the second that nobody takes their blind faith seriously, they just throw around insults like immature children and run away, because that's all these people can do. It's pretty standard if you notice. You just can't have intelligent, evidence-based discussions with these people. They're just not capable. They're not interested. And trust me, I've spent many, many years of my life trying, and it never goes anywhere. The second they get backed into a theological corner, they explode like a trapped animal and attack anyone who dares to get near. Why? Because they can't handle the idea that their heartfelt religious beliefs just might be wrong. So they come out swinging and making empty threats and calling people names. All so they can just get back to their religious safe space with their equally deluded friends and feel better about never having to change their minds. To say that's sad is a gross understatement. So anyhow, which apologists do you like, or at least don't mind, and which ones can't you stand? Let me know in the comments. Is there anyone you want to see less of? Let me know. Or is there anyone you want to see more of? Is there anything that you want to see explored more or less? The comments are wide open because at least I'm not chicken shit enough to keep them closed. Let me know. William Lane Craig, Frank Turek, Andy Bannister, the idiots at STR, Randall Rouser, Eric Lyons, Zach, that crazy guy over at Apparent Apologetics. The list goes on and on and on and on. Who is it that you can tolerate? Who is it that you can't stand? I'm really interested to know. Maybe I can look at the more popular, or at least least unpopular, and less at the ones that people hate with a burning passion. There's no guarantees in life, of course. There are other factors involved, but it'll be interesting to see what people think. Therefore, make sure you comment below And while you're at it, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit the button and that stupid bell notification as well, because I want to keep the channel growing. And because I rarely ever bring this up, keep in mind that I've uploaded tons of videos that you will otherwise have to wait a long time to see over on Patreon. I'm currently 2 months ahead, and that's growing all the time. So if you're interested, the link is in the description. Anyway, that's about all I have for you today. Let me know what you enjoy, and let me know what you hate. Give me any new religious crazies to look at. Tell me who you like, and tell me who you can't stand. And while you're at it, stay safe and sane. It's a crazy world out there. Try not to fall for the irrationality that's unfortunately all around us.
Boom, dicky, 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 boom.